30 plus new characters, 20 plus customized items, a new game mode, and 4 new stages. All of this is what is included in the new Dragon Ball Sparking Zero Super Limit Breaking Neo. Jeez, that's a mouthful. In today's video, I want to go over what Sparking Zero initially was missing, what this DLC includes, why in my opinion it is a success, improvements that could be made, and where can we go from here. To say that Sparking Zero on its release was lacking in some content would be kind of an understatement. The major things we had at launch were episodes, tournament mode, offline PvP, online PvP, as well as characters, costumes, and other items to purchase in the in-game store. Now, I'm not here to say whether those things were good or bad. In fact, I really liked the episodes mode as it streamlined the Dragon Ball story and offered a new way to experience it with the addition of choices and what-ifs. But with that being said, the game did feel a bit empty and repetitive. For example, once you beat the main storyline for Goku, you end up rehashing the same story beats for many of the other characters. Don't get me wrong, I love the Tournament of Power, but having to play through that saga 3 to 4 more times can be a bit mundane. Gameplay, although does an amazing job to capture the fast-paced, intense, and destructive nature that existed in the old Tenkaichi games, can be extremely repetitive. People online often pick the same 10 to 15 characters, and combos are not as competitive or as intricate as they are in Dragon Ball FighterZ. I love Sparking Zeroes and the Tenkaichi series gameplay and roster, but the variety in movesets between each character and the team you select in Dragon Ball FighterZ leads to more longevity in online play. And lastly, Sparking Zero really lacked anything challenging or difficult. Don't get me wrong, I struggled fighting some characters in the episode's battle, and I am most certainly not the best player coming out with the best combos in online. In fact, I am very much mediocre. But what I mean by challenging or difficult is having something to overcome or grind for that isn't just ranked or online play. Everything kind of felt handed to you. All locked characters can be obtained either through Zenny or by one of the 3 dragons. You of course have to play the game over time in order to get those things, but at least for me, it didn't feel difficult. I mean, I don't know, maybe I am an old head and nostalgia really is the driving force of this video. It is very well possible that I played these games when I was younger, and now that I'm older, these objectives are just easier and more intuitive. But I remember back in old games where certain characters or items could only be unlocked if you discovered a specific mission, arrived to a destination at a specific time, or found a more convoluted way to get enough money. It wasn't just playing the game, but rather paying attention to the world and deciphering what and how things can be done. With Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I played through the story, played several online matches, and by a few weeks, I've had all the Dragon Balls several times, and I've had enough Zenny to get all the costumes, voices, characters, and other miscellaneous items. And the sad part is, I don't really think this is all of Sparking Zero's fault. We live in a gaming era where microtransactions exist, and many people can probe and share their findings with the game the moment it releases. Hell, this very channel is proof of that existence. I'm a creator who tries to find the cool and unique things and share that with y'all. Not much can be hidden or discovered after a while when so many people are moving 1,000 miles a minute and have ample ways of sharing it. It's the double-edged sword of social media and access. For example, if I get stuck in a game, it's likely someone has already shared and solved my struggle, which is fantastic, but it's also hard to play the game and discover at my own pace and in my own way when so many people are finding and sharing the meta online. And because of this gaming landscape that we're in, Sparking Zero fell short in my opinion. It relied on its replayability with something that has a clear meta and is shared an insane amount. Online matches. Online play is the big thing, but with a game like Sparking Zero, it can get stale over time. Sparking Zero lacks the comprehensive and intricate gameplay of fighters, which allows fighters to have a massive replay value online, and we live in a world where an objective meta is easily and quickly shared due to social media, so the way people play may not vary too much. Even with Mission 100, Survival, and additional characters being added through DLC over the 2 years the game has been out, the game still lacked challenges and hurdles that at the very least didn't require a cheesy or meta character and actions to beat it. Don't get me started on Mission 100. I love the gameplay, but to get a Z rank shouldn't require you to play one character with a cheese move. It should be challenging but allows for different ways to beat and obtain the objectives and offer a reward that is meaningful and not just titles. What was missing was something creative, challenging, that can be played and beaten in multiple ways, did not require online play, and has great replay value. And thankfully, we got Limit Breaking Neo. Nearly 2 years since the game release, Bandai has dropped the biggest DLC yet. We have additional characters that fill out their respective sagas, and we have new costumes ranging from the main storyline to even the movies, with many of the costumes having their own unique ultimates. With the inclusion of so much, especially cosmetically, Sparking Zero feels like the new Gen 10 Kaiichi we have waited for so long. And in my opinion, it kind of even goes beyond that. It feels more like something new, and it offers things that we have not seen before. And as much as I praise it for all of those things, it's not the reason why I'm making this video. The thing I really want to focus on from this DLC is the limit breaking journey, because I think at its core, it brings back what made a lot of the old anime games so enjoyable for so long. Now, if you don't know the limit break journey, in a sense it's a game mode where you choose any character from the roster and take them to a select number of locations for a certain amount of rounds. Locations can vary from being a place where you fight a random opponent to chatting with a character to learn a new skill. Across your journey, you will earn points or XP that can be used to increase your character's attributes like health, strength, defense, ki charge, and blast damage. Also included is a stamina system, which is consumed when you travel for each turn. The lower your stamina is, the lower your character's starting health is. Each opponent you come across has a specific amount of SP. The higher the SP, the tougher the opponent is to beat, but also the more XP and points you get if you win. You know, honestly, explaining it back to y'all, I realize it's very much a glorified board game, but I think there's something special about it. Its randomization of events that pop up each round, mixed in with its risk and reward system, adds a level of choice and uniqueness that is missing from Mission 100 and Survival. You're not just looking for the best fight, but you're being strategic to extend your playthrough and get the most amount of XP. I played through it a couple times, and I didn't feel like I was getting less of an experience when not choosing to fight the strongest opponent or choosing a chat option instead of fighting. Each decision should and does have its own benefit depending on where you are in your journey, which gives it a nice sense of variety and choice that some of the other game modes are lacking. And honestly, what I love most about this Limit Break journey is the replay value. You not only can run through the journey with all of the characters, with most of them having their own unique boss battles and respective dialogues, but given the decent amount of randomization of events, each playthrough can feel quite a bit different for even a single character. And once you feel you have leveled up your character with the necessary XP and skills, you can take that character to online or offline player matches. Even beyond enjoying the journey, there is reward in creating the best characters by allowing for these customizations to be played with others. This is a challenging breath of fresh air, not only for Sparking Zero itself, but anime arenas as well. We aren't just bound to any sense of uniqueness in gameplay through online ranked, we have another option that can be difficult, rewarding, and different each time we boot it up. Now, I definitely won't sit here and say that the Limit Break journey in the DLC is perfect. Some of the issues that I mentioned at the beginning are very much still apparent. Limit Breaking Journey, although it does have a decent amount of variety, still feels a little bit repetitive. The only major events that happen are either surprise attacks, fighting, or talking. Funny enough, it could take more inspiration from board games, which have many different scenarios, not just 3. Also, for my limited time playing it, the final boss is the same every time. It would have been nice to have a different final boss with different attributes and different win conditions. If we truly want something that can be played for years, more events and more randomized interactions could help this game mode reach that goal. And probably my biggest issue, yes, it is nice that you can take these customizations and play against people online or offline, but I want more substantial rewards like certain characters and costumes being locked until you beat their limit breaking journey. I want things to be unraveled when I play more of the game. Yes, it's nice that everything is accessible at the beginning, but it feels a bit too easy. There's no sense of discovery through playing the game given you already have everything as soon as you boot it up. It's one of the things I loved about the old anime games. The game feels like something you are actively interacting with and changing based on your actions and willingness to grind. I want to discover and stumble upon what the game has to offer. Hell, call it nostalgia, but I do think this thing I'm describing is what makes games like Red Dead Redemption, Skyrim, and old anime games so memorable. It was seeing and coming across that item at the right time, or putting in the right amount of time and resources to get that one armor or costume that you have been longing for so long. Improvements like these aren't meant to say what we have is poor, but to say that there are things from old anime games and other games from other genres that I feel would extend my time and enjoyment with Sparking Zero. What I want to make clear is that I love Sparking Zero. The trailer that first released that had the world screaming is one of the best video game announcements I have personally ever witnessed. It really did almost bring me to tears. For those of you who did not grow up with Tenkaichi 3, there was just something so magical about the game when it first released. It put the high-intensity, fast-paced, and gut-wrenching battles associated with the series into our hands, in a way that no other Dragon Ball game did after. So to get a continuation of something that I never thought I would see in my lifetime was truly something special. And honestly, Sparking Zero delivered. It's a gorgeous game where you can feel every hit and blast, and for those alone, I am so grateful to the people who made this game. If there is anything to know about game development, it should be known that it is a miracle that games get made at all. It's a process that is difficult and long, even for the big name companies. When it comes to coding and developing games, you don't always know what you're going to get. I highly recommend checking out the book Blood, Sweat, and Pixels by Jason Schreier, apologies if I'm not pronouncing that right, and the YouTube video The Bee That Broke Skyrim. Both links will be in the description below. But both of these highlight that gaming produces its challenges that aren't always very well known to the public, and how amazing and honestly Herculean it is to get a game out and working. Dragon Ball is probably my favorite franchise, so to see it and have it captured in a video game in such a beautiful and contemporary way is something I am so grateful for. So really, shout out to the development team. I wouldn't have put in 438 hours into this game if it wasn't something I really enjoyed. This video really is just to highlight what this DLC does right and why I feel like it moves us in the right direction, even if there are some things that can be improved. With so many games and companies focusing on microtransactions and online play, it's nice to see a game go back to what made us fall in love with what was before. If you like this video, please like, share, and comment on the video. If you want to see more like this, let me know, and I would love to hear your opinions on everything gaming and Sparking Zero. I know this was a $30 expansion, and honestly that is kind of a big hurdle for me and a lot of other people that I talk to. So again, this isn't really encouraging you to go buy it or anything like that. I know it's in the title, but really give it a consideration, and I'd encourage you to at least check it out. But as always, I will catch you guys in the next one, and thank you so much. Peace.